Chapter 6, The Ghost Ship. Mike, Kate, and Carlos go to the sailing ship and see its name, Sonora. They stop and hear a loud bell. Then they see the Sullivans' lifeboat near the ship.
"It's our lifeboat!"
cries Mike.
"Perhaps Mom and Dad are on the ship."
"There's no one on it. It's a ghost ship,"
says Kate.
"I want to go on the ship,"
says Mike.
"and I'm taking Lucky."
"We can climb up the rope ladder,"
says Carlos.
"I'm afraid,"
says Kate.
"but I'm coming with you."
They climb up the rope ladder and are on the deck. They see no one there, but there is a yellow light in the captain's cabin. The door of the cabin is open and they go inside. There is a long table with a map and some big candles on it. The door closes behind them quietly. Now they are trapped inside the cabin. Suddenly, they see terrible ghosts with red eyes in the cabin. Some are ghosts of pirates, but others are not.
"Oh no,"
says Mike.
"this place is full of ghosts."
Carlos sees a man, a woman, and a boy with white t-shirts.
"Look, Mike,"
he says.
"their t-shirts say Pacific Queen. That's the old name of your boat."
"They're dead. They're ghosts,"
says Mike nervously.
"The Pacific Queen was their boat,"
says Carlos. Kate looks at the ghost of the boy and says,
You're the ghost from the other night."
The boy looks at her.
"But where are Mom and Dad?"
asks Mike. They look around the cabin. Suddenly, Mike cries,
"Mom, Dad, what are you doing here?"
Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan are sitting in a corner of the cabin near the table.
"What's happening?"
asks Kate. Her parents are quiet. Their faces are white and their clothes and hair are wet.
"Mom! Dad! Wake up! It's me, Kate!"
But they can't speak or move. The cabin door opens and the ghost of a tall Spanish pirate comes in. He has long black hair and black teeth. He has a big sword in his hand. Other ugly pirates follow him.
"Welcome to my pirate ship,"
he says with an evil smile.
"I'm Jose Salamanca, captain of the Sonora. November 20, 1608 is the date of the shipwreck of the Sonora, a terrible shipwreck. And today is November 20. On this day, every year, we ring the pirate's bell. People at sea hear it and come here. We kill them, and they become part of our crew of ghosts. I need a big crew because I'm looking for my treasure. You all belong to us now, to the world of the dead. You can't leave the Sonora. This is my ship of horror, and now you are mine."
He laughs and looks at an old map on the table. Kate, Mike, and Carlos are terrified. Suddenly, Lucky jumps onto the long table and runs around. One of the big candles falls to the floor and a fire starts.
"That's good,"
says Carlos.
"Ghosts are afraid of fire."
Captain Salamanca and the other ghosts scream and move away from the fire. Soon everything in the cabin is burning. There is smoke everywhere. The ghosts slowly go away.
"Let's help Mom and Dad,"
says Mike.
"Hurry up."
Carlos and Mike take Mr. Sullivan's arm and say,
"Stand up! Come with us!"
They pull him away. Kate takes her mother's arm and says,
"Stand up, Mom! Please! Hurry!"
Kate pulls her mother away. They quickly go to the door, but it doesn't open. The cabin is full of black smoke.
"Push the door, Mike,"
says Carlos, but the door does not open.
"I can help you,"
says Carlos. They push hard and it opens. Mike and Carlos help Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan. Kate carries Lucky in her arms. They climb down to their boat and go to the cockpit.
Let's leave this terrible place,
Says Mike. He turns on the motor and the boat moves away.
Let's go back to the Farallons.
Sit down, Mom and Dad.
Says Kate.
Say something, please.
They're under Captain Salamanca's spell.
Says Carlos.
We have to wait.
Mrs. Sullivan says 2 words. The horror. Then she starts to cry.
What does that mean?
Asks Kate, but her mother does not answer.
I'm going to call the Coast Guard. Perhaps I can use the boat radio now.
Kate sits down in front of the radio and calls.
Hello? Hello, my name is Kate Sullivan, and I'm on a cabin cruiser called the Pelican. We need your help, and we need a doctor for my parents. We're sailing south to the Farallon Islands. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Says a friendly voice.
This is Captain John Rossi of the California Coast Guard. We're coming to help you. Stop your boat on the east coast of the Farallons and wait for us.
Thanks, Captain Rossi.
Says Kate.
Mike, we must stop on the east coast of the Farallons and wait for the Coast Guard.
Good work, Kate.
Says Mike. Suddenly, Mr. Sullivan says,
Where am I? Liz, where are you? I'm dizzy.
Mom, Dad,
says Kate.
you're on the Pelican, and we're going home to San Francisco.
The Coast Guard are coming to help us,
Says Mike. What's happening? Says Mrs. Sullivan. Kate sits down and tells them about their terrible adventure on the ghost ship. We can't remember anything, says Mrs. Sullivan. What ghost ship?
Why are you driving the boat, Mike?
Asks Mr. Sullivan. Suddenly, Mike sees the Coast Guard's boat on the east side of the Farallons.
There they are.
He cries happily.
We can stop here. We're safe now.
Are we going to tell the Coast Guard about the ghost ship?
Asks Kate.
Nobody is going to believe our story.
Says Carlos.
Look at this.
Says Mike. He takes an old piece of paper out of his pocket.
It's Captain Salamanca's old treasure map.
Wow!
Says Carlos.
This map is more than 400 years old.
That's right.
Says Mike happily.
It's a map of the North Coast. Look, there's an X near Point Reyes in Bodega Bay.
There are some words in Spanish, too.
Says Carlos.
We can look for Salamanca's lost treasure.
Says Kate.
This is great!
Says Carlos.
But it must be a secret.
Yeah,
Says Mike.
our secret. Let's plan another boat trip soon.
Yes, let's!
Say Kate and Carlos. Can Kate, Mike, and Carlos find Captain Salamanca's lost treasure? Read The Lost Treasure of Bodega Bay and find out.